Good morning. Are we live? Do we hear the autumn? Hopefully the answer is yes. It looks like an OBS that I am going live. Starsworn doesn't confirm anything. Songvale confirms that we are, and indeed, it is time for World of Warcraft. We just don't all have coffee. But I thought you were gonna be the hero for yourself, friend. Thought you were gonna make it happen. I believe in you, friend. I know you can do. Fungal says, I think you overestimate the speed at which she's moving this morning, and it's happening and will continue to be happening for a few more minutes. I see. Well, I don't have an intelligent response, I'm sorry. But I believe in my friend, and I know that she will take care of friend Self. I should really make a streaming layout for my WoW UI, so that I don't have to mess with the chat box every time. Did I bring water? No. I brought coffee, and there's some V8. I was a little off track this morning. I have been advertising for a new community that I started Songvale called Immersive Intent, and there's no water, friend. There's just coffee. I'm not gonna get water. I'm in Cord Hell right now. My ideal streaming setup someday will involve a pitcher of water and my soda stream being right there. Let's chat for a bit before you make me stand up, okay? Anyway, I was a little slowed down this morning because I've been advertising for Immersive Intent, which is a community on Wyrmrest Accord, who are folks who, read the quest text. They want to explore and look at the world and just kind of ponder, like, oh, what does this mean? Or I think the art here is really cool, or, whatever it is they can perceive about it, maybe while they're waiting for the cast timer on their profession thing, as they're blacksmithing a sword, they're thinking a little bit more about what it would be like to actually be swinging that hammer. Just that kind of focus where they want to experience being in Azeroth. There might not even be, like, a traditional role player in the sense of, like, they're not writing out emotes, per se, but their mind is in Azeroth when they're focused on playing World of Warcraft. In just kind of a deeper way that doesn't just acknowledge, oh, it's just a game, like, I'm gonna be thoughtless about it. Yeah, anyway, somebody joined, and I've been having a great conversation with them this morning, and it just kept me busier for longer than expected, even when it was like, oh, we're not gonna start till 10, because Songvale needed a little bit more time this morning. I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. I'll finish up my conversation. And then I look down and I'm like, oh, it's 10:01. It's 10:01. I need to go live. Oh, we did. Wow, I got a crab and a treasure chest. I got a blue... Oh, the chest despawned very fast. But anyway, yeah, it's been fun. I think you probably will enjoy chatting with this person in Immersive Intent as well, Songvale, so hopefully you'll get to see him online. Just because it seems more consistently like people are, like, having thoughtful conversations, etc. in the morning. I'm sure some of the same people maybe are less good in the evening, etc. But, I might initially recruit kind of in the morning and just hope some people play in the evening as well, just to get the culture started more in the direction that I want it to be before other folks come in. Songville says she feels like role player is hard to define outside of any of the more than one circles it can mean. Yeah. Because I definitely think, like, what I'm talking about is probably, like, an immersed roleplay way to play games, but it's not necessarily what people think roleplay means in World of Warcraft if you're already a role player. I do see that the, this is messed up. I'm Runethe, and apparently I'm offline. I did also have an issue with my chat box where initially it wasn't printing, but then neither was LFG. Like, I've had this weird thing where sometimes certain chat channels, like, I will look in the settings and it will say, like, this chat channel is being displayed in this box, and it's just like my normal general tab. And it wasn't even playing, like, standard channels until I did a reload, so I will have to keep an eye on that. I actually was smart and made a tab that is specifically for immersive, so at least I can keep checking in on that, too. Yes, I am aware. I just showed the chats on stream. I'm not necessarily opposed to doing that. The main thing for me is just if somebody whispers me and they don't, you know, that's maybe intended to be a private communication, I don't necessarily want to put that on blast. And then the other thing is, because people in the WoW chat sometimes can be raunchy, I'm not even gonna be cute about it. Like, they could just be unpleasant, and that's not the vibe I want for my streams. I just block it so that I don't have to deal with, oh, hey, random person is posting things in the chat that are now part of my VOD that I don't want in there. Sungle says she just sat down and put her laptop in her lap and discovered that her coffee is still across the room. Agony, far more painful than yours. That's brutal. Well, just think about the gains you're gonna get from picking up that laptop over and over and over again. Fungville screams. So I have a question. There is a Twitch promotion right now that you get for subscribing or gifting subscriptions to other players who are, like, streaming World of Warcraft. Can you go look and see if you using your Prime sub this month gave you progress towards it? Songwell says, I think it won't have, you mean the seal pet? I looked at it. The seal pet is so cute. Oh, it says Prime subs don't count. I like the seal pet a lot. Maybe I'll gift 2 subs to myself. I think if people, like, aren't in the chat, it just gifts it to, like, random people who watch the same game. And I'll have to look. If it's like $7 to gift 2 subs, I mean, maybe they'll come check out my stream at some point. But I think the seal pet's kind of cute. This is not going to be related to you in any sense. I just looked at the little keyboard that I used for the Steam Deck and was using to build that controller mount at Makerspace. Ooh, increase it up to 10 by... Okay, so here's the question. We just got an item to increase our fishing skill by 10 up to a max of 300. But we are already at 292, so we're gonna waste 2 skill gains. Do we use it? Or do we send it to an alt? Songvale, is it Warbound? It is Warbound, so I could send it to an alt. Songvale says, is it that if people aren't in the chat, then you can't aim at a particular account at all? I don't know the answer to that. I feel like gifts are usually something that happens to accounts who are currently active, but I guess I don't know. I could try gifting it to, like, other folks who've come and watched the stream. Songville says, I think you should send it to someone else you anticipate doing gathering stuff on, and she is selfishly invested in it being Riverglade. Do you want Riverglade to do stuff with, like, Eledris, or Riverglade to do stuff with Rylserath? Songville says, if it's possible, then I could gift it to people in the Discord. That's true. Both. Songville says both. Fair enough. You're just invested in it being Riverglade. I am already up to 294 fishing, so I do think I'm gonna send it over to an alt. Pongo says she likes Riverglade with Eledris and feels like she's gonna like Riverglade with Rylserath also. I am trying to think of like how Riverglade and Rylserath could end up doing scenes together frequently, given that they are not located in the same residence area. I guess at some point they could send, or like, I was gonna say they could send Rylserath as Ithildir's guard to Lethelion, but I guess like Rylserath could just be with Varen when he goes to Lethelion with Ithildir. Songwell says she thinks it depends on who ends up doing what with whom and whether we do end up setting up portals. I do kind of want the portals for Midnight. Songwell says, I think that if the Void stops threatening Quel'Thalas after Voidspire, then we should maintain the cultists or something. I think that makes sense, yeah. Songwell says, which is the opposite of what she thought she'd be saying. I feel like I should be doing something else for stream, but like, fishing is really where I'm at this morning. Maybe it's because like yesterday I had like such a frantic evening that like this morning just having some good chats, first in Immersive Intent and now with you, like, I'm just enjoying fishing. Also, this is a great place to fish. There's NPCs to fish with also, but occasionally I guess I'm pointing at my screen and you can't see that. There's NPCs to fish with also, but it's nice that sometimes other people are here fishing too, and I feel like it could be nice if this just, like, became a place where people hung out and fished. Songville says that she agrees this seems pleasant, and back on the previous topic, says, but I feel like the Void threat is so far a lot more of a driver than an inhibition. Yeah. I agree. I wish it was easier for you to come over here, because part of me, like, okay, so this is related to roleplay, in that my mind went through, like, 6 topics. I was like, oh, it might be fun to try and do some of this in-game, just to, like, have the colors and, like, get that blended in with our roleplay. It seemed fun. But then I was like, oh, I need to clean out Elephant really badly. So the roleplays we've done get saved. And like, obviously, you know, I bring Windblade with. I guess Solstice the desktop does stay here. But I was like, well, I just feel like whenever I'm like, oh, I'm gonna clean out Elephant at your place, like, it just doesn't necessarily happen. It's like, I wish we were here to try setting up, like, some new norms, or just getting some different stuff done. Does it bother you, like, in World of Warcraft, Songvale, when you learn, like, development things that conflict with what they ultimately put in the game? Like, I guess it's almost a retcon, but it's more that it's like, it was never official, it just was later changed. Songwell asked, why do I have individual fish on my bars? Is it to count them? Yes, it was to count them. Actually, I should put these on here, because these are very valuable, too. And they're pretty, so I'm enjoying fishing for them. These actually are not very worthwhile anymore, unfortunately. Songville says, it annoys me when I would have preferred the version they didn't do, otherwise it's just interesting. How do you feel about learning about the evidence that Harinar was cut content or moved content from War Within? I learned 2 pieces of evidence this morning that this was supposed to be War Within. And I would be happy to share them with you, or not. Songo says, I think it would have made more sense to go here in War Within. Unfortunately, she also thinks it's possible she never would have gotten there in War Within, given that she didn't go to literally any patch zone. I don't know, I feel like the Harinar might have pulled you in. Like, we're not goblin people, and Siren Isle, I thought was a goblin thing. I guess it was actually a big crystal thing, but I think goblins were there also? So what do you think? Do you want to learn what the evidence, or the 2 pieces of evidence that, like, are pretty obvious? Sungo says, I thought Siren Isle was random pirates time. Yeah, I guess I did too. I don't know if it was released, like, near, these are also pretty valuable right now. Oh, I can't put these on the bar? Oh no, they're not clickable. Okay. Well, I guess they can't go on the bar. Just want to be able to see how many I have at a glance. So the first one, we're gonna go on a journey here. The first one is that, elements of Haranir's music are part of the War Within medley. So the one that used to play in the login screen had portions of, like, leitmotif from this zone's soundtrack that are not used anywhere else in War Within. They just are in there, but they're not in-game, which is abnormal. So that's the first piece that really hints that they were going to do more stuff with the Haranir in the previous zone. But there is also a location in-game where it seems very likely that you were supposed to be able to just go to Harinar. Like, not through a portal, but, like, that was the entrance to get to the zone. So let's go on a journey and go see if we can find it. It's time to go back to Dornogal. I have to think about how to get there. Let's see. Let's go to the portal room. Wow. Windblade, frame rate is actually really struggling with Midnight and having OBS on. It was not like this last night. I'm plugged in, right? Wow. I am sorry for the dropped frame rate. I wonder if Midnight and streaming is just a little bit beyond Windblade. That would be so sad. Taurus says, or Songville says that Taurus, her laptop, has been struggling with this spot specifically. I guess it could also just be that it's hard to, like, load all of that and all of the moving players quickly into space. I don't know, it feels like it just started happening in the last couple of days, so it's also possible that they, like, updated something and broke it. So there is apparently a spot where the Nerubian zone, Hollowfall, like cross, but it's kind of almost like Y-shaped, and if you look up, there's a bunch of roots. And that's what we're gonna try to go find. The other thing that makes sense with that spot being a Haranir thing, is that there's like a lore book, the lore book that's talking about the Haranir going into the earth. It specifically mentions that they go past the Nerubians, and they go past Titan constructs, and it just really seems to line up with the War Within zones. And I actually just think this is kind of cool. I also think there's no reason not to, like, headcanon that you can access Haranar through here. That is what it's called, right? For some reason, Haranar sounds so weird to me when I say it. That you can access Haranar through here from a lore sense, even if you cannot access it. In literal truth. Arendar. That's what maybe it's the fact that I'm not pronouncing the D. Alright. So there's like a Y-shaped place. I don't actually know where it is on the map. I just know what two zones connect there, so I'm hoping that we will be able to find it. Not here.
But the road to the Coreway is treacherous. Help us clear the path.
Let's see. There's a D in it. Harendar, yeah. Maybe that will help. I think maybe I just feel like the Haranir and Haranar are too close together, and maybe that's why it sounds so weird. Right. So I'm looking for a spot where you can move from here into Azj-Kahet. And there's like a Y-shaped area to it. Songwell says she's actually a little confused because sometimes they call themselves the Haranir. And other times they call themselves the Harati. I wonder if Harati is supposed to be, like, the ruling cultural group. But it's the same thing. Like, we have the singularity for the Void Elves, and so far I have not actually encountered, like, them referring to themselves in that way. Okay, so maybe this is what it is. So here we can get up to Hollowfall. We're coming down here into Azj-Kahet, but there's all these roots. And apparently there's an area where you can, like, look up and see that you could go into the roots. Like a swirl of roots. I think it's right here. And I never noticed this, but apparently if you're able to get really high up into these roots, you will be teleported out. And then also, but if you're going fast enough, because presumably you hit like a zone wall that doesn't exist, like for a zone that doesn't exist, you just get disconnected. So let's see. See if we can get up there. Oh, there we go. I guess, that's the teleportation. So I think people are right, and this one's connected right there. That happened fast. I really thought we were going to be able to get up there. Let's see, where are we? Gotta go back up here, I think. Where was it? Right here? Up here. We're gonna get our charges redone. Yeah, because that's the thing I picked up. Alright. We will try to see what the debuff is called. Drowsy. So they put us to sleep. Which feels appropriate. That seems druidic. Yeah, so I'm gonna say headcanon accepted that you absolutely could get to Harendar by doing something right here. I understand where they don't want the, like, progression confusion for 4 players going through War Within and then ending up in this high-level zone, but I definitely think they should connect those. I think that would be cool. Dogwell says, yeah, but the block also makes sense in that I bet they've deliberately made it difficult to get through the Haranir. I mean, yeah, I agree. I think there even can be a lore reason why we can't get through there. But definitely headcanon accepted that Harandar is right there. How cool is that? Dogwell says, I think we should get to go through once we've recruited the Haranir, though. Yeah, or like once you have like max renown. That would be cool. It would be a good way to like connect more zones and have them be much more clearly in the same world. Alright, well, we will return back to where we were. Ooh, herb. If I wanted Songvale to be very frustrated, I'd stand right next to this herb. I wouldn't collect it. And then I would hearth. I won't do that to Songvale. We're gonna collect the Myco Bloom. Why? Because it drives engagement. I'm a content creator now. I was thinking we'd do, Void Elf lore questing this morning on stream. But I'm kind of enjoying the profession stuff, so we might stick with that. What is your thought? Do you want to watch Gathering and keep chatting, or would you prefer I can't chat as much because I'm busy reading quests to you?
Anaria Shala.
Sungo says she's kind of into the Gathering thing. Alright. You want more fishing, or should we go... Should we go pick herbs and things? Hey, look at these. They are worth a lot right now. So these are worth nothing. Myco Bloom, not worth very much right now at all. But that's alright, at least we didn't waste him. Sungal says, I think maybe herbing and mining, because then we can look at more pretty things and talk about them. Alright. I'm hoping to get the last 2 points I need to be able to mine while mounted. I don't yet totally understand, like what zone would be best to be mining and herbing in. So, we'll be in Eversong for a bit, although I don't know, I kind of feel like Zul'Aman. Songville says she's rooting for me. She is planting herself right there. And we doing the Zoom. Are we blessed with Argent Leaf? Azerut, we'll take that. We'll take Azeruth. Painier. This is K tier, but with horns. Cosmic Cartographer. That sounds very cool. Zoom out on the mini-map a little bit. Get a clearer sense of where things are. Well, rude. I don't feel like killing animals right now, so we are going to try to go for ones that we don't have to do any fighting to get. I apologize for the camera movements. I am on a laptop touchpad while I am streaming. So I'm doing my best to control my mount. Rude, we missed it. Ooh. That's Phalaris' hobby, says Songvel about cosmic cartography. Phalaris should get into trying to map people's minds. You should maybe practice self-care by getting a mouse. Honestly, I would be very interested in... If they weren't like $200, if I could get another gaming mouse like the one I have for Solstice, I'd be really tempted to do it. Just to have one in my bag and one in my desk. Because pulling the cord out where it's run behind my desk, since I have like a whole dresser as my desk, is not super great. You saw Monolily. I didn't see the Monolily. Ooh, Argent Leaf. I actually got my first, like, gold quality one the other day, and I was delighted. I gathered the Monolily. Well, that's good. Glad we didn't miss it. I guess I didn't want to fight, but here we are fighting. Songvel, can you do me a favor? Look up the mouse that we like. Tell me how much they are. Did they start making them again, or are they still $200 for the last mice on the planet?
It's too far away.
Songvel is doing that right now. My first streamer group crowdfund goal will be the Logitech G600. For my own benefit, but also for the benefit of my streamers, or my streamers, of my, stream viewers. Sanguithorn seems to be rose-based. Alright, our herbalism skill went up. We get to pick another specialization there. I can't believe it's only 75. I guess I just really must be doing that much fishing. My fishing is way higher than these are. Rose-based. Yeah, like, they look like roses, and I think, like, being Sanguithorn, like Bloodthorn, I guess I can see that aesthetic for roses, right? Alright. Songvale agrees. You have bad news. Are they $300 each? Oh my god. That's so much. I have a friend who's currently living in Japan, and I need to remind her to... Respy 1! We are so close to staying mounted. Go ahead and learn. See where to save that. Ooh, stuff. I have better stuff, but that's okay. Where's our... We need the plume. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. And we got a specimen of rock. Please stop shooting me. Songville says that Razer now has a wireless mouse with the same number of thumb buttons as the D600, but no ring click. That is not super ideal, but that could work for me, since right now I am just using like control and the numpad on my laptop. How much is that one? It is wireless, which could make it really nice with my keyboard. Or, sorry, with my laptop situation. I guess I'm interested. If it's $70 or less, I might pull the trigger. Not the pro version. Is $65, and it says gets up to 400 hours on Bluetooth. Alright, send me a link. Send me a link. It's time to review. Oh my goodness. We got despawning herbs in front of us. Brutal. Despawn. This is brutal, guys. I love this sun. That's so pretty. Also, somebody said if you're flying up above, you can still see the dead scar. Like, discoloring the land. So I thought I would look. I feel like we can see it in the texture here, in terms of, or not the texture, the land sculpting. Like, this is deeper than it was previous. But I also think we could chalk that up to the obvious river here. I don't know if I feel like the color of the grass actually is different showing the dead scar, but I definitely think you can still see where, like, the ground was trampled and driven down. So that is cool. They definitely preserved some of the sculpting. And then instead of this being a closed door and a desolate place, it is the grand entry to the city. That is very cool. Songwell says, you can down in the south. It definitely has altered topography, and she is glad that they did. Did you send me a link to that mouse, by the way? Not yet. Alright. Can you send me a link? I'm gonna go take a look at it.
I need to get closer.
I wonder if it's gonna be Mouse 4 and Mouse 5. But I will go look. Let me get somewhere safe. Okay, well that's not gonna be safe, because there's a Dragon Hawk on it. How about this one? This looks safe. Let us look out over the beauty of Silvermoon City while I briefly decide whether or not I'm going to order a new mouse. Let's see. We've got 12 buttons on the side. 2 buttons up there. Mouse tilt. Good. I think they're just 2 more programmable buttons, so they probably could be programmed as control buttons. But obviously, I mean, I need my pointer finger. I would rather be doing that with my ring finger than my pointer finger. I think the $65 one is... I'm not sure. I'm not sure how these are different. I think the $65 one is just their older model. But I am not sure. Let's see. So I found a page on ratings.com, which I know is a legitimate site. It says the Razer Naga V2 Pro and the Razer Naga V2 Hyperspeed are similar wireless mice with comparable gaming performance from the same product lineup. The Pro is more versatile overall and includes a set of modular side panels with different button layouts. It also has a fully customizable scroll wheel and uses optical switches. On the other hand, the Hyperspeed, the cheaper one, has 2 additional buttons on the outside edge of the left-click button. It also uses mechanical switches and requires AA batteries for power, while the Pro has rechargeable batteries. So what are the side things on the... Like, I don't think I want to pay $173 for a mouse, but... I see. Okay, so there's exchangeable side panels, on the expensive one, but, like, to give you less buttons, which I don't know why I would want. Do I pick up a Razer Naga for $65? Songville says, I wonder why the Provision doesn't have them. She gets the terrible impression that Logic could probably patented the ring-click thing just so they can sit on it and be jerks. I agree, yeah. But since I'm already getting used to hitting control with my one hand to use the touchpad, I don't know if it will be that much of an issue for me, you know? Oh, do I do it? Should I place an order? Amazon used to sell you a pack of 5 of the V2 Hyperspeeds. What do we need? What do we need? 5 of... I guess maybe if you're like a gaming store, you're buying them for like your team, or I don't know, maybe you go through them really fast. Songville says yes because she wants to try it. Alright. Well... Do I buy a new one for $65, or do I buy a return from Amazon with moderate cosmetic damage observed during inspection in the original packaging, used like new for $50? It's for my esports team, yeah. I guess I might grab the $50 one, because it is free returns. So if it doesn't work well, then I could just return it, right? Songville says, I would not buy a returned one. Razer has too much of a reputation. That's fair. Do you think it's, like... It says cosmetic damage observed during inspection, so I'm almost wondering if it's just the box that's donated, or since it has the original packaging, if it's the box that's damaged. It does say I can return it. I feel like I'll do it. Alright. Well, we're ordering it. We're going for it. will be delivered next week. It is done. Thank you for holding anybody watching who, not invested in whether or not I ordered a new mouse today. Songwell says she likes the roses. That is good. One more mining knowledge. We are so close. Get to learn anything new with this yet? We do. I have just heard my phone chirp, and since I am in charge at work, I need to make sure that that is not something I need to attend to, so give me just a moment while I stand up and grab my phone. As to what my phone was doing and why it chirped. Can you guess, Songvale? Why did my phone chirp? Because it wanted me to write an RP post. No, that would be why you might buzz my phone. It was telling me 14 times that I spent money. So. Pongo says, yeah, they do that. Do we want to continue with the current scene? Like, did you have somewhere in particular you wanted it to go? Pongo says, I had another one of those mornings where you wake up and misread a subject line in your email as your credit limit has been reached and panic. Says, but actually your credit line limit has been increased because they're trying really hard to make you spend more money so you'll pay them interest someday. You know what I need to do? I need to contact Discover Card and get them to send me another new card, because right now I don't have any way to use my credit card, and I have not for a year. I honestly can't believe they haven't closed it.
Target something first.
Lucky Lynx Locket. Cute. It summons a lynx sometimes when you're fighting to smack your enemies. It just smacks one enemy and then leaves. It's kind of sweet in my opinion. You gotta be a team player, you know, if we see a mob is on the thing, We're gonna be part of the solution and clear the mob for the next folks.
I need to get closer.
I am getting so much housing progress just doing all of the professions. Longo says the worst is when you're fighting a thing to get to gather the node and then someone comes up, gathers node while you're fighting, and then leaves. Yeah, and then it despawns before you're able to click on it. Always brutal. I admit I like being able to mine while mounting, but I will miss the immersiveness of getting to see my character mine. It's a catch-22. It's a catch-22 for sure. We are going to go back for the Sanguithorn, but I am most excited to progress in mining right now, so we're going to focus on the mining first just to make sure we get it. Thank you for validating me, son. We're getting so much progress in herbalism. It's funny how much easier it is to go forward in herbalism. I wonder why that is so. Will this be the one? Will this be the one? No. But it is my second high quality get of the expansion. Woohoo! Fungal says she keeps trying to gather the herbs from the corpses in the light bloom, which are not actually herbs. Yeah, I admit that I am a little bit disappointed how rarely gathering from bodies actually, like, gets you anything. I think it would be cool. I feel like there was an era in which that wasn't the case, and, like, gathering from bodies did actually give valuable materials. I hope they bring that back at some point in the future. It should be better than Graze, exactly. Oh. You know, the motes aren't that valuable. I still try to catch them, but I frequently fail to catch them. You're getting smacked by a bear. So you leave, you're out of there. I'm getting smacked by a bear. I left, I'm out of there. No more smacking by a bear. Nocturnal Lotus. That's a big get. Thank you for deleting that message. We will build our stream community legitimately, one person at a time. Here it is! That's what we needed! That's weird that it didn't give you a way to ban the account, because it obviously knew something was wrong with the account. It is time. We never have to get off our mount again. It's time to grind. We are gonna get all the herbs, all the nodes. So much speed, people will never be able to catch us again. Unless you're this cat, then you'll be able to catch me because you're a cat. Should we go check out the Zulaman area? Just for a change of pace. We'll be bringing the Eversong with us, because obviously I'm on this beautiful Eversong mount. Cats are the rulers of all worlds. Yeah. All things belong to cat. Oh my goodness, Kithu, a legendary name on our server, is here. Look at the ghosts of the raiders. That's cool. Ani Expert's Chisel. Where are you? Inside? Oh, there it is. Alright, let's resolve this rogue. I love the Raider Ghost, that's so fun. Is this gonna give us mining knowledge? You bet it is. +3. Well, that's alright. We still have lots to learn, so I don't mind that. We're gonna work on progressing plentiful ores next. Songwell says she does feel like it's interesting that even in the territory where they've continued to control, a lot of the stone architecture is at least partially in ruins. Yeah. But I feel like it is said that, like, they're struggling. They are not at the height. They're not really doing Empire anymore. The Amani, even the Amani tribe itself, it does not really have a lot of, like, support or control over the masses. Oh, look. He's small. He's so small. We must take him. We will keep you, and you will be safe. And we will favorite you as you walk you. So I can see where, like, they don't have the resources for it, and in fact do not seem to be living in, like, city-building empire, but in fact have gone back to simpler structures that require less time and resources to maintain and build. Plungo says she is sorry she accidentally took the noodle. That is okay. I will get another noodle. As long as it made my friend happy. I mean, I know you were sad to take it, but hopefully the noodle will provide additional happiness in the future. Alright, we got a fight going on here. So remember, when you summon stuff, you should do everyone the community service of fighting the things. And then you get the reward, also, of, getting to mine them. I have picked up their poops. Stone droppings. Good for me. Songbell says, especially since if anyone else kills it, I don't think they can mine it. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah. I know people on the WoW subreddit have been complaining a lot lately about people leaving mobs up like that, and so then people come and they have to fight 10 of them, which is difficult. And ooh, new clothes. Awesome new clothes. Love that. And then they die because they can't handle fighting 10 of them. And they're just very frustrated about it. We're gonna do the community service of making sure they're dead. So I keep accidentally turning off these nameplates. And then I'm like, why do I not know what's going on? No, it despawned while we clicked on it. Alright, where is the skywriting sigil it says is nearby? Where do we think? Ah, there it is. Ever closer to a mount. Tango says, soon I will get the Dragon Hawk. Although I really want the red one from Silvermoon Court. That's the one I want to use. This is so pretty. Absolute wow. Songwell says that's what she will be saving her Marl for the entire expansion. Gotta fly around. I'm thinking about trying Warlock again. I've been seeing the Voidwalker pets, and I feel like I'm interested in trying that while it is topical for midnight. Songwell said, I saw someone's Warlock had that man. I really want one of those experience. But also started thinking about what I had said. Like, is the archetype just cool, or do I want to be that archetype? Yeah. I keep having that with, Amani. Like, I can't decide if I want to be it, or if I'm just enjoying watching it. I also kind of wonder if I'm there with the Harnir, too. Because it's like, well, I could use my imagination to have them move and think and communicate in the way that's interesting to me. But I don't know, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work quite as well. Lungo says she wants a new character. Well, maybe... Ooh, 3 pieces of gold quality silver ore. Alright. I'm gonna stand up and use the restroom real quick, and then I will be right back. Songvale says, make the character and never end up doing anything with it because I don't actually want to level again or marshal my focus. That's the way. I am done today. Can you remind me to water some of my plants, please? I will read out some of the things you've posted in my absence. Songwell says she sees Blood Knight champion NPCs and wants to play Wiltru, which is her Blood Elf paladin. Or rather, I actually want to play Rolsereth, but I have to keep reminding myself that he's not a Blood Knight anymore. Songwell says I see someone's mage in a really cool outfit and I want a new Magister. I see the Farstrider NPCs and I want even more Rangers, etc., etc. And I feel demoralized because I feel like my attention is being taken away from the characters I already have to think about characters I know I'll never actually play, because who has the time or the energy for that? Yeah. I don't know how to combat. I mean, I think it's opportunities to, like, get to engage with stuff or, like, continue to, like, process or whatever. Like, not being part of clubs or not having having life let you have payoff for having spent time on things you care about or work hard on. But I definitely, as I've talked about with you, I do struggle with that, where it's like, oh, I really enjoy this thing that I already have in my hand. So, like, I feel my brain go, oh, I should go buy more of it. I should go get more of it. And it's like, even if more of it actually won't help me enjoy it more, and in fact might end up being detrimental to my experience trying to do, like, juggling more Tamagotchis made the Tamagotchi experience worse. Overall. But I feel like what it is it's like, it's an excitement and a hunger for that thing that we don't have a good way of fulfilling, and like the only action that seems to ever result in getting something new is in fact buying something new. And I feel like maybe creating a character is the same thing. An eagle was coming down to attack me, but then I touched the telescope and the eagle flew away. Thank you for respecting my time to look around, eagle. Telescope understands the value of a good view. Yep. I am so glad I found the setting to turn off all those extra lines. Like, I don't like playing zoomed out to here. And as you can see, enough of my screen is my mount, so like not having it be covered by the white streak animation to sell me on how fast I'm going is just a better experience. I can tell that I'm going quite fast. And I like that I can still go just as fast, but still feel
It's too far away.
in control. Longbow says, I'm sad for Kalarian's sake that the Void Elf telescope model has the extra lenses that evoke his special astromancy telescope, but I haven't found a Belf-colored one that does. Do you think he would never abide one in the silver colors? Can it be dyed? I know some items can be dyed. I would see if dyeing is an option. D-Y-E-I-N-G, not death. No death is allowed here. Particularly not for Songvale or Kalarian. High on the list of people who are not allowed to engage in death. We're doing pretty good at getting to mine these things without pulling anything. I was really expecting to immediately pull something after I said that, so I'm glad I did not jinx myself. Songo says, can I find out about dyeability in my housing menu? Because Wowhead is stupid now. Okay. I would look up, I think it's called, like, Housing DB is a really big database for that stuff, but I don't know. I don't think I can look at dyeing in here. Like, I don't see anything that tells me about dyeing. I don't think I've dyed anything yet. Like, I know you gave me a pack of dyes, but I haven't used them. Oh, I can filter by dyeable only. Okay, we'll go back in there. Alright, so it's a telescope. Is it... What is it called? Well, that will be challenging. Let's see, what are things? Looking glass, maybe? No. This is cool, though. I want one of these. What are some other words for... Oh, the Stargazer? Okay, let's try this. Alas, it is not dyeable. But maybe you could put it next to, like, something very golden lit, like golden lighting. Or I guess if you just put it outside, like, in the gazebo area that you have in your Alliance home, like, the lighting might just make everything look kind of silver. Yeah. Oh, wherever you are, this probably doesn't make sense to stream because it's related to general chat. Also, huzzah! Another highly skilled Orget. Sungo says, I hope it's not void cursed. I do not want him to get eaten. I feel like Kalarian is definitely never going to get eaten by the void. He's got the sunlight on lockdown. Alright, we got another community service to do here, folks. Stone droppings really makes me think I'm looting their poop for some reason. Do you think the company, like, Spam that makes the canned meat, like, was annoyed when, with the rise of the internet, the word spam became associated with negative messages? Like, unwanted messages? look at the little burb. Come back, little burb. We must look at you. Come out of the plants. Burb! Oh my goodness. Burb. Burb, you are so good. You're coming with us. Burb. Instant favorite. Actually, you know what? We might need Burb right now. I wonder if Burb can fly. Let's find out. Burb, can you fly? Are you gonna fly with us? Burb can fly! But not that fast. But Burb is here flying with us. Hopefully Burb can keep up. Lungo says there are no more colors of noodles, but there are a couple colors of this burb. Well, I will be glad to get a couple more colors of this burb then. I think I was too fast for burb, and burb is not. Burb is despawned. But I'm glad that burb is able to fly. Oh. Community service!
Target.
What time do I need to leave today? I need to be at work at around 1, which means I need to be out the door at around 12:30. It's raining pretty good, so I'm gonna have to have my umbrella, and that slows down my walking pace quite a bit. Given that I have just said that, I realized that I should do a morning check just to make sure no one needs me. So pause for a moment while I read through all the stuff I got. I actually do have several emails that I just need to reply to quickly. It also has reminded me that I need to go to the district office this morning before I walk up to work, so that is good for me to remember. Songwell said she was suddenly afraid because she thought I might need to go. I do still have at least half an hour to 45 minutes where I can keep hanging out here. Oh no. My battery has died on my laptop cooler pad. Let me swap out for my other battery here, and then we will keep going. Enjoy this beautiful view while I do that. Possibly a more beautiful view on a different computer. It's very, very foggy on mine. Oh wow, we got a lot here. Oh no, I've opened up. I keep pushing the wrong button on my keyboard and opening up the start menu instead of doing keybind. I'm not silent. I was typing briefly. But I am glad to know that I am usually so good about talking as a streamer that if I go silent, if you are left without the, what you might say, the melodious and dulcet tones of my voice, you immediately assume it must be an issue that is not skill-based. Dazzling Thorium, I have yet to see this, but I believe that is quite valuable. Maybe I have seen it because it didn't give me a learned, but Sungo says she's gonna be curious to see this island over here. She feels like it's mainly through a Ledger's perspective that the Amani are interesting to her, but they are more interesting than she was expecting. Overall, a lot in Midnight is just surprisingly compelling. Yeah, I really wasn't expecting to be into Zul'Aman, and like I keep forgetting that it's a thing when I'm not here, but then I come here and I'm like, this is actually really cool. Like I'm eager to spend a bunch of time in this zone. Songo said that she had to get one of those, and it was or did you have to buy one, or did you list one, and it was expensive on the AH? There's a shrine capybara. Is this a shrine to capybara? Oh, this poor shrine. Oh my god. Oh, they're in the hot springs. Oh my god. It just jumped into the water. Did you see that? Oh my goodness. Alright, there's a lore item up here. We gotta go. We gotta go see. Look, well, that one's a little bit up in Mom's business, but look at them walk together. Cute. Stuff. Ooh, is it an upgrade? 220. It is an upgrade. We lose some agility, but we do get stam. I'm gonna take the upgrade. Imagination. Childlike wonder. These are protected by okay, wow, let's just start over. Tablet of Philo. Imagination. Childlike wonder. Those protected by Philo must have both. Beware those who would harm children, lest you stroke the ire of Philo and his brethren. Learn of Philo's dark side, and nowhere but death can you hide. Philo is called by many names. First friend. Uncle Philo. The guardian. Children have no need to worship, no need to call him. All Amani children earn his protection. The youngest child of every village is his speaker. Philo says nothing, but all understand. Other Loa fear Philo's power. Nothing can kill him, and his rage is insatiable. But he is focused. Placid enough to eat from a child's hand, but ruthless enough to kill the most powerful warrior if it suits him. Philo protects children beyond death. If a child dies before its mother or father, Philo and his attendants gather and wait with the child until their parents come to guide them. To reach Philo, come to him and play. Only a child or the purest of heart hold him in sway. I love this. This is super sweet. This is great. But also, it's really sad that, like, no one's taking care of this shrine. Look at them. They are learning. They're dancing. This is the travel form dance for Farnir. They're sitting here doing a dance. Oh my god. Songwell says, I noticed that it seems like once you're 90, the Delve Gear rewards are 2020 and or 220 and up. Is that right? I wasn't paying attention, I'm not sure. Usually I think Delve rewards go up based on what tier you're doing, but I don't know what the lowest tier reward is. Songwell says that she needs to hug one of these guys. They are very cute. I happen to like creatures with tails, but I admit, this shrine is... I approve.
It's too far away.
Dragonhawk. Tameable Dragonhawk. Tameable Dragonhawk. Not tameable, but capturable. Ooh, it's kind of fell-colored. Runethe will help him. Lagos says, wait, there's a capturable pet. What is it? No, go back. I was hoping it's Kapara, but this is also very good. I'm glad that I saw it. I didn't see your messages, but I noticed it on my own. Maybe there will be more Kapara in the future.
Face your flames! Face your flames! You're empty of fire if you never face your own flame.
We got another Dragonhawk. Dragonhawk. Yeah, I feel like there's Dragonhawks. Maybe there will be a Kapara if we check back again another day. Why do you say pew? Why pew? The Junkos are space fighting. I see. Is that happening outside your window? I wasn't quite sure what was going on. I keep thinking like, wow, there's a lot of skywriting glyphs that I'm finding, but I guess I haven't spent that much time in Zulaman. See, do we see it? Where is it? Ooh, this looks promising. There it is. Gotta find it through the secret cave. Secret cave. Secret cave. I've been getting videos recommended to me about Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I'm thinking about a rewatch.
I'm out of range.
I feel like if you like Transformers Prime, ooh, another high quality one. We must be going up in skill because I am getting more and more high quality ones. It won't be constant. I don't think it ever becomes constant. Alright. Hold on a second. We got more Kaparas here. But also, look at this Firbolg. Getting to sit with them.
Isn't it pretty here? I like it very much. It's a rule not to move if you have sleeping Kapara in your lap. I just made that up, but it's still a good rule.
Yeah, you gotta follow it like the cat rule. You need any help?
I should go home, but you know what? No, I'm good here. Thank you, though. I'm gonna stop running and enjoy this moment.
Enjoy it.
Would you do me a favor, though? The last Kapara pup over there has been so frightened, cowering in fear of everything. I can't coax her out. Could you take her to the Shrine of Philo? Look for a nice pool for her to play in. She's afraid of most big creatures, so you might not be able to ride something. It's gonna be a marathon to take her all that way on foot. I'd go, but I can't disturb these little ones.
Quest. Quest. Alright, we gotta find the little one. We're gonna take her home. Gently pick her up. She's terrified and alone. Look, she's on my head. Oh my god. Can't handle it. We have to take her home. Time. Alright, where do I need to go? The shrine was here. So we need to go south first. We're gonna take her home. And she's gonna be happy, and I really hope that she's gonna decide she wants to stay with us. Longwell says, as a demon hunter, I feel like you have a bit of an advantage. Yeah, I agree. I really like moving around with the wings. I'm not somebody who thinks every class should just get double jump, because I feel like it's like a key. I feel like warriors doing a double jump or Death Knight's doing a double jump. Like I don't get it. I don't think it fits with the fantasy. But I do really like my wings appearing as a demon hunter to do it. Or to traverse the world. I do have a lot of fun with that. Rogues, maybe. I could let rogues have it. Yep, just the kind of the double jump thing. Longbow says she remembers when Double Jump was first demoed on screen at BlizzCon and the crowd cheered. It was a simpler time. True. I do think the concept of Double Jump is interesting, like, that it doesn't look weird. They did a good job, I think, with, like, the somersault or something to, like, make it not just look... I don't... Like, you don't look at it and go, like, oh, that doesn't make any sense. Camp Stonewash. Here we're washing stones. We're still getting to pick up a few rocks, pick up a few herbs on the way. We're almost there. You are almost safe, small one. Songville says she feels like the Firbolg talking about how he was going to stop running and enjoy this moment, followed by not being able to mount for this objective. Seems like a point being made, or a suggestion. Yeah, I think it is like a... very much the Pandaren slow down. Life is to be savored. LFG having a conversation right now about how MOP is universally regarded as the best expansion. It's bittersweet to see as somebody who loved it from the beginning, back when everybody hated it. We are here. I do have to like keep my intent to be on foot present in my mind, kind of in the same way that like without thinking about it, you alt tab and end up on a different screen. I am finding it that I keep almost mounting up and being like, oh, I'm not mounted. We're almost there. Oh, we have to find a pool for her to go in, right? Oh, yeah, there's an arrow right there. Nice, quiet one. Spirit Paw Marathon. Well, she did not become a reward, but she is still very cute. I hope at some point I will still get a Kapara. He's a good creature. Search Philo. Okay. A most violent Loa. This is... I don't know why searching Philo is this. Midnight Safari. Oh, if you complete the Midnight Safari, you get Doe, Child of Philo. Okay, so I have to get all the pets. Philo Doe. I didn't even get that. That's funny. I didn't get that one at all. I'm glad you pointed it out. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. I wonder who it's from. It's probably the auction house. I will say, I think part of the reason people are not mining their things and they're leaving all the ads up is that, for whatever reason, those, like, motes of wild magic are not... They're not worth very much. That makes them less... like, less important to, like, it's not as profitable to pick the stuff up, and I think that's an error. Then, of course, people are incentivized to just run away. Songo says, I wonder if they'll be worth more later when people can make more things that use them, or if they'll always be not that desirable. Yeah, I don't know. Ooh, we got a new thing. We got a new black edgy mask. An herb up here, I guess. Wild Azaroot.
It's
Interesting.
too far away.
Thrown out of a dead tree. Longbow says, I think part of my issue is that she wants to roleplay the entirety of Blood Elf culture by herself, because she no longer looks to other people to do it with me, or with her, but she still wants to do the whole thing. Yeah, I feel that. I think that's also where I'm at, when it's like, part of me thinks that if I, like, just roll an Amani troll character, then, like, there will be a whole game's worth of, like, Amani things to do and play, but that's actually just not the case. I guess it used to be more so the case, because you at least would have, like, a level 1, like, you'd have 2 zones. But since they kind of went to the allied race thing, there aren't whole zones. There's, like, really, really brief quest chains, maybe, that give you a sense of, like how they joined. Usually not even, like, what their identity is, just how they joined a faction. BB Fleetfoot has a kitty named Kivana. That's adorable. Oh, they running away. Okay, bye. I didn't mean to push that twine.
I need to target something first.
Fleetfoot indeed. That's true. He was very fast. Very fast. I was thinking I was gonna keep going, but I can tell I'm just, like, not talking as much. So it might indeed be time to think about wrapping up the stream for today. It is nice that it is both raining outside and in-game. It is very immersive. But thank you for your company while we did some herb farming today. I need to consider doing professions rather than selling all of my materials. You are welcome. Of course, I cannot promise more WoW tomorrow. Tomorrow is Genshin Impact Thursday. But, if there's lots of time this evening after we meet up in real life, of course I'll just be in-game hanging out with you. If you would enjoy that. If I do jewel crafting, then you will send me ore. I have to review... Okay. I guess I was gonna say I have to review who I'm actually gonna play, but, like, dude, they're in, oh, okay, well, here's a pet for us. We can get a swamp biter. I hate it, but I want my Philo dough, so I guess we'll get it. We have to collect everything to get Philo dough. Yeah. Play this evening, though, I think is where I was going with that. We should look into how much subs are, though. And I will consider maybe doing some random gifting if it is not super expensive. Like, I'll have to decide. Do I want the pet like $5? Do I want the pet like $7? You know, what am I willing to invest? Songwell says that looked like somebody looked at a leech and said, you know what, I can make that worse. Why did they do that? We don't know. Got another little turtle. I have one, so I'm gonna leave this one for someone else, but they're cute. I guess they're not really turtles, but they look like they're thinking about being turtles, you know? Oh my gosh, it's doing a sit, friend. Look at it doing a sit. I love the sit. I'm actually not sure I'm super into them when they're walking around, but I have to say the sit's winning me over. I think their front legs are a little long, they kind of freak me out a little bit. But I love the sit. Guess we will finish the stream with this lovely creature today. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I guess I can't type /wave. I am see-through for some reason. No! He left. He left. I'm so sad. I guess we don't get to finish on that beautiful shot. This is pretty, though. So we can enjoy this, I guess, as we are wrapping up for today. I am glad that we at least got to see the adorable sit, though. I am a sucker for waterfalls and ponds. This person is just here to fish. They're in the guild Thrills and Gills League. I wonder if that's literally just a fishing guild. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out without blah 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 blah. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Hydration alert. I will work on getting some water here as soon as stream ends. I can tell that I need a little bit to drink. Ooh, if I just hit my chest like this, it's kind of like I sound like I'm underwater. That's interesting. I will get some water as we wrap up here. Please do the same, Sungvel, as well as something to eat. And we're gonna call it there for today. Thanks for hanging out, and I will catch you all in the next stream. Wednesday on Wednesdays, Genshin Impact on Thursdays, and let's be real, I don't show up other days usually, but, you know, it could change in the future. Have a good rest of your day, folks. Bye-bye!